Hello and welcome to all the listeners and all those people who have subscribed to my channel and those who wish to subscribe. Say something with Mads in my channel. I am Madhumita Adya, an educator, a youth mentor, a neural coach, and a UNSDG ambassador. Every week, I try to bring youth change makers, teens who have something to say, some purpose, some vision in their life. They come and they share it over a talk, over a casual conversation with me. And this is all a platform for youth. You are all welcome to come on my channel, connect to me, and speak your heart out. So today we have Aryan Agarwal. Hi, Aryan. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm fine. What about you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to see and hear what you have to say today. But let's start about who is Aryan. Aryan, introduce yourself. Who is Aryan all about? And your name. I want to know the meaning of your name. Let's take it.
Okay, so let me start with the meaning of my names. Not that my parents really planned it, but it is Aryan actually means a king, a royal person. So and I try to live up to my name. So,
Absolutely. I can see it. Yes, Aryan, speak about yourself.
so hi everyone. I'm Aryan, and I'm turning 15 tomorrow.
Oh,
I currently reside in Bhayandar, Mumbai, India, and I study at Ramratna International School. It is an IGCSE board school, and I study 7 subjects. And what is unique about me is I love venturing into everything, like everything I can get my hands on, be it drama, dancing, sports, everything. Starting with sports, football has been my passion. I played district level football. I competed against other schools. I went to the Reliance Football Association tournament. Um, Injuries only make me stronger. That's all I have to say about football. Being an ardent fan of Cristiano Ronaldo as well, so I follow him, and I wish to walk on his footsteps and become a good human being more than anything else. I want to be. Also, I've been dancing. Like, dance is a way to express myself. It transports me to an entirely different world. Reading, I love reading books, mainly thriller books or Harry Potter. Harry
mhm,
Potter's my favorite, the fiction
mhm,
genre.
mhm.
I
All right. You can see Ronaldo behind on my wall.
yes.
And also, I can see something very interesting behind you. Hakuna Matata. Wow, it's a Swahili phrase made famous by Lion King. And I can see a lot of other paraphernalia. Can you describe what is behind you? I'm very intrigued. There's all the cars I see, and what are other things?
Right. So this is my room of interest. This is my study room. So
Oh.
here I have Cristiano Ronaldo's poster. Then I have some quotes like, winners never quit. I have posters of my favorite movies and series like Avengers. I have some photos. I have my medals and certificates. And, Hakuna Matata is my go-to saying because it signifies what I stand for. Do not worry. Just go for it.
Tomorrow is another day. Everything will be all right. Yes. What if today you're not meant to do, you're not meant with success? Tomorrow you can. So Hakuna Matata. Yeah. So it's very interesting. You are a multifaceted youth, and it's good to see that you are into sports. And yes, you were recommended by your principal to come on this channel, and I'm so happy to have you. So you chose a topic to speak. You chose public speaking as how importance of public speaking is, and that youth of today should take to public speaking, and it changes your personality. It gives you another dimension. Why do you think you are in love with so much with public speaking, and why is it not only should be practiced at a later age? It should start right from a young age. And what has this public speaking done for you? So take us to a journey of public speaking.
Sure. Okay. So when I was a kid, I wasn't very excited about public speaking. But the first time I got on the stage, like in nursery, I guess, it was a show and tell competition. I dressed up as Messi then, and I spoke about Messi. I spoke about how football has impacted my life. Back then, I did not really know. So all I did was learn. But then when I got on the stage and when I spoke, I had this entirely different feeling. I had this feeling that I can capture the world. I had this feeling that everybody will listen to me, that there are people who are willing to listen to me. And I when after all of this, I thought that I need to venture deeper into this because this gave me a feeling of pleasure and I was satisfied with what I was doing.
Mm,
So my first major conversation was my TED talk. It was about let's redefine development. It was at my school, and that was the plot twist. Because having a conversation with people after you have been practicing it for months, and getting the message delivered to them, that is very important. And when that happened, I felt really successful. So
yeah.
anchoring every annual day of your school and making it successful, that is also another feeling. So not a lot of people think about uh, think about public speaking as a way to express themselves, but just to go up on the stage and speak. That is
Mm,
not what public speaking is. Public
mm,
speaking is a medium
mm,
to share whatever you have. And not only is public speaking important for global issues and stuff, but
mm,
public speaking is also important for personal issues,
mhm.
like how do you deal with depression, other mental disorders and health problems, so that others also learn from your personal experience.
Correct. And also, as public speaking, as we know, it's it's about confidence building. It's about research. When you speak, you do a lot of critical thinking, you a lot of research about what you're going to speak. It also is about, the persuasive skills. Like it will help
Right.
you throughout your life when you go for an interview, when you go for your business, when you are setting up company, when you're working, wherever. The skill to persuade people to believe what you want to say. It's not
Yes,
just about speaking loudly or voice modulation. It's to reach the heart of people whom you're addressing, isn't it?
of course. Yes,
And as I'm listening to you, I can feel, I can see why you must make a very good public speaker, because you have that connect. So good to hear that you started so early. So what will be your okay, let me ask you, do you follow anybody, any speaker, anybody whom you listen to, and from whom you learn how to speak, or is it just the way you have been and you are doing, or did you take a formal coaching or something like that?
so no formal coaching of any sort. It was the way I had been on grade 5, I guess. But then I explored and I found Tony Robbins.
Oh
Like,
yes,
that
yes,
guy is amazing. Philanthropist, an entrepreneur, an investor, a motivational speaker.
yes,
So
yes.
listening to his workshops, the way he has impacted lives, that changed me. Like how within a time span of 30 minutes, he gets people to
Energizes.
open up. He energizes them about the idea and the concept of public speaking, about how to open up with your fellow
Mm,
classmates, your teachers, your elders, and your parents, of course.
mm, mm. So you have heard Tony Robbins at this such a young age. This is what internet has done to all of us. Who has heard about Tony Robbins before few, even before pandemic? I had no idea about Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins become suddenly become a big name during the coaching. People are like paying huge amount of money to go and listen to Tony Robbins. But everybody has their own heroes, and people listen. I love listening to Obama's speeches, and I love Oprah Winfrey's, how she speaks, how she conducts herself. Everybody has their own. So good to hear about Tony Robbins. Long way to go for you, but yes, at such a young age. So coming to what you said just before that, that communication is not only about public speaking. It's not only about on the stage you speak to people and on a given topic at a given point of time. Public speaking also is another side of communication with your parents, communication with your peer, communication with your uh, just a minute, communication with your teachers, with your elders. All this require a different sort of skill set. How important do you think these lines are? And the lines are getting very merged, according to me. When I speak to today's youth and when I speak to students in school, the boundaries have become very merged, and they think that they are speaking to their peers when they are speaking to their teachers or their parents. Do you think this is a good thing? And what is happening to all this communication? Why has it become also casual, or should it be like this? What's your view?
So, according to me, your story sets you free. And I say this from personal experience because it is necessary to speak up. Because, when you talk to people about what you feel and how you plan on going further ahead with stuff like if you have a really important decision to make, instead of going to an expert, if it's personal, you can talk to your parents. A lot of the teen nowadays think that their parents might judge them or
Mm,
might take it in the wrong manner, but that is not it. They need to remember that their parents have been through the same set of the same journey that we are going through right now, and it is okay, to talk to others about stuff, to
mm,
open up and to share, because it
mm,
takes that pressure off your shoulder.
mm,
I say this from personal experience, as there is one teacher in my school, my commerce teacher, who I always go to whenever I have an issue or whenever I want to talk about something, and it really helps me get free.
mm,
Like,
mm,
there's this tension build up within me that how am I going to do this or what's going to happen now. But as soon as I talk to somebody, that tension is relieved.
mm, mm,
And if that tension builds up a lot, then it might cause depression.
mm,
Because
mm,
I have been through that phase as well. As I
mm,
was, you can say, an ambivert before. I did
mm,
not really used to speak to a lot of people because I did not have a lot of friends. And this public speaking gave me that confidence to go ahead in the world and and make friendships that
mm,
last forever, of course.
mm, mm. Amazing. When you said that, yes, you should have that go-to person, one or two maybe, who with you always. What I wanted to know is the line which is drawn between is today's youth has become very friendly with that parents and teachers, right? The teens. There is no I would say filter when you talk to parents or to teachers. You talk as if to your friends. So sometimes it becomes a little no, the boundary has to be there that yes, this can be said and this cannot be said. Yes, you have experienced this with your peers around you.
So it is important to have a friendly connect with everybody
Yes,
around you,
yes,
but
yes,
there is a certain limit to where you
yes.
can go to. You cannot talk to your parents like you talk to your best friends. You cannot have that casual conversation because you need to respect them. Of course,
Yeah.
they are elder to you.
Yeah, that's perfect. What you said is there has to be casual conversation, but the language, the lingo,
The
what you
language,
use, there has to be something. That is how a smart speaker would think that this is not what if every audience is different. Yeah. Now coming to this, a another part of your facet is that you are big on the MUN circuit. For those MUN, MUN is Model United Nations, and all across the globe, all schools have students participate in MUN every year. And being a part of MUN is a life-changing experience for students. And I would ask you, how have been your MUN journey? When did you start it and what changes has it brought to you?
so like the MUN circuit has been very welcoming. I started debating when I was like in fifth grade. That is
Oh,
around
fifth?
11.
That
Yes.
early? Oh, wow.
So
Hmm.
our school introduced us to this concept in grade 5. And I remember being Syria in a disarmament and international security company as a first timer with a lot of experienced people around me. Having to speak on the Syrian crisis as the main delegate, it was a little difficult. But with the proper guidance, I went into it. And from
Hmm.
there on, the journey all was upwards and upwards. But
Hmm.
then the pandemic ruined my dreams because I wanted to work my way up to the chairperson and the secretariat positions because when you speak about these issues, not only do they enhance your knowledge and your broaden your horizons, but they also give you that boost that self-esteem needs.
Hmm. You
All of
can
them
do
get
it. Hmm.
yes.
You
So when you speak and when others listen to you, when they ask you, when they concentrate on what you speak, like you feel like you're being heard.
Heard, yes, yes,
So that
true.
is very important.
You speak something of substance and people are listening. All this also comes with a lot of sincere research work. You have to
Right. So
do
there
a
needs to be
lot.
dedication, of course.
Yeah, you have to work through, you have to believe in what you have to say. And yes, I can see how confident you are. And how many months you have done?
I've done over 70 plus MUNs as a
What?
delegate.
Oh,
And other than that, I've chaired a few committees here and there. Other than also,
wow.
I had a MUN as my secretary general. I have done
Oh,
two.
super. Great. So you think young people should be part of a MUN if the school is providing? They should all go and participate, even if just to listen, right?
Right. So,
So,
like I was fortunate that my school had this opportunity, but there are a lot of my friends who were not introduced to this concept. So, like after I introduced them to this concept, they were as energized as me because
mm,
even they found this idea very fascinating.
mm,
Every youth, all the young generation, Gen Z, I my purpose in life is to get them
mm.
interested about this public speaking and MUNing. That is what I wish to do in the future. My career goal is to become the United Nations Secretary General. So one of my main aims is to connect the entire globe by
Absolutely.
the medium of MUNs.
Correct. And I completely resonate with what you are saying. And my goal for this channel is to bring youth all across the globe on one platform. From whichever we started now with India, I have people coming from Dubai, Spain, England. So I am reaching out to whomever I can to bring them on one platform and listen to all of them speaking about their culture, their views about global issues. So I hope young people like you keep coming and keep inspiring others to join. So now, as you're talking about MAN, I would like to ask you something. What is it one global issue which is very close to your heart and why?
Okay, this is a very popular opinion, but my favorite one is climate change for sure.
Okay.
I've done about 15 committees with the agenda being climate change, like the agenda is twisted, and most of them I've been France, and
Mm,
the way you present on the topic as France. Of course, France is a very neutral country. It does everything it can to reduce those carbon dioxide emissions,
mm,
but global warming and climate change is actually very personal to me because, when I learned about it, I actually sympathize with those people who are facing those problems.
mm,
Due to global warming, the rise in sea levels
mm,
and flooding, I can actually sympathize with them.
mm.
Uh, that is why this problem is very close to me, and I prefer, debating on this agenda, and
Also,
especially in France because as a country, France has developed a lot, and the steps they have taken to reduce climate change and global warming, they're brilliant.
amazing. Okay. So now also there's a, if you follow COP27, this just been happening in Egypt. So
Right,
listen to the speakers speak about it. But there is also another side of being very, you need to open up to the fact that as much as Europe could have done, as much as the rich nations could do, they are not there yet. And the blame game of shifting of these nations are not doing much and the developing nations are not doing much versus we are paying the money. It's a debate which needs to be tackled from another point of view because lot needs to
right.
be done.
Uh,
But yes, yes.
yeah. So I studied this in environmental management as well, like global change, global warming and climate change. So there was a question once which asked this: Why international agreements are not effective
Yes,
while
always.
tackling this issue?
Hmm.
So, there were a lot of points for the positive side, for the negative side, like international agreements bring everyone together, they set goals. But, for the positive, for the negative side of this, like for why are they not effective, there is only so much that countries can do. Countries that are small, like Burkina Faso, for example,
Yeah,
they have
correct.
industrial production. So
Hmm.
they can do as much as they can.
Hmm.
Like they have a very small scale industrial production. So they can
Absolutely.
only limit that much. They cannot do what the other countries can do. countries, superpowers like China and Russia,
They
who
don't
need
have the
to cut
means.
down,
Yes. Mm.
of course. So this finance issues, this
Mm.
lack of, support from other countries,
Mm.
this is what needs to be developed.
Mm.
This is what the UN needs to work towards now.
Address it. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And year after year, new drafts are made. What actual change? And but I love the young speakers when they come and speak on the stage. Not only Greta Thunberg, but there is another girl, Leon. I just forgot her name. I've written it somewhere. Uh, Leah Namugro. Okay, so if you listen to her to speak, she's also they have this concept of um, not going to school on Fridays. So, which is she's following Greta Thunberg that if you don't go to school on Fridays and protest in front of the school, in front of the government institutes to say that to do something about climate change. So this is also catching up a lot. A lot of young people are doing it to bring pressure on the government of their
Yeah.
country. She's from Uganda, I think. Yes, so she does. Do follow her, and you will be amazed to hear what she has to say. Now, since you're a speaker, imagine if you are on a world stage, you are given a chance to speak to audience of from different countries. What would you say about India to start with? What would be your few starting lines about India? That would be very fascinating to hear.
Of course. So I still remember when Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru he hoisted the flag and declared India's freedom. One line that he said was, "When the world sleeps, India will wake up for life and freedom."
Hmm.
That will be my opening statement, of course, because
Okay.
it's how India has been working, how India worked together. They got united to drive British out of their country, and how this promotes democracy, and how democratic of a country India is. How we trying to capture everyone's opinions and put them into
Put it together as,
put
yeah.
them together and build a framework so as
Hmm.
to become not only a superpower in the world, but also to ensure that the entire population of our countries, they develop, they explore more
Hmm.
personally.
Hmm. Hmm.
So to provide this medium of communication to everyone possible.
Yeah, freedom. Basically, we take
Yeah.
freedom for granted, and it's the biggest example how free a country is. What we speak, what we write, beautifully, very well put, amazing. Now, I would like to ask you. I can see a lot of joy in you. You are a footballer. You're a dancer. What would be your one single most strength, and what would be your weakness, which you want to overcome?
So my weakness is time management.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course, a lot of people might think that people who venture into a lot of stuff are very organized and managed. But that is something which is a problem for me. Even if you see right now, I've got a pile of books right here which are unorganized, like maths between economics and business studies. That does not make sense at all. So I am not very organized, but what I
Okay.
do is I try to go with the flow.
Mm,
That will be
mm,
my strength. I try to
mm,
go with the flow, like whatever I find difficult or whatever I find something that is a little challenging, something that I should know. I write it down somewhere, and I try to gain all the knowledge I can, because ultimately it would help you in life.
mm. So there's no point stressing. Go with the flow is your mantra in anywhere else. आज नहीं हुआ कल हो जाएगा. As Hakuna Matata. That's your strength. And you said that your weakness is time management, but I have been asking this question to every one of my guests, and all of them have said procrastination, time management is an issue with everybody because you people are doing so many things, and still I think you are doing a good job of time management, though you might not feel, but you taking time out for this interview is actually a time management, a very good goal of time management. Many people will say, no, I don't have time. But to take out this time is that you are good on time management. Trust me on that. All right. So, who is your role model? Not when I say role model, may not be somebody whom you have met. maybe you have not met, or maybe in your family, your teachers, anybody whom you look up to, from whom you want to imbibe those qualities. And what are those qualities?
What I would say my role model would be my principal ma'am, Dr. Jaya Parekh, of course. She
Okay.
is so very humble and patient and kind. When she speaks to us every morning, listening to her words calm me down. Like normally Monday mornings, I do not, people would not want to go to school. But having that concept in mind, having that idea in mind that I'm going to be listening to principal ma'am the first thing that I go into the school, having to listen to something new every
Hmm.
day.
Hmm.
She speaks about something new every day, and that is what captivates me. She
Hmm.
introduced the idea of celebrating every day in our school. We have Marvelous Monday. We dance for 5 minutes every Monday. So her ideas, her concepts, her thinking, her calmness while making decisions, the way she handles the entire school, it is just amazing. It is just fabulous.
Wow, lovely to listen to this. That such a progressive thought, a different kind of things to bring, experiment with students. And when you say that you get up in the morning and you run towards your school, it tells you that yes, what a good impact your principal has on you. Lovely, lovely to hear that. I'm sure she's going to be really happy, and she is a role model for many people. Yes, in the school. It's so glad to hear this. It's always good to hear students giving due respect, due credit to their teachers and mentors and principals. Coming to a situation, let me give you an if situation. Supposing you are interviewing candidates and you see that your candidate has a tattoo. Okay, you are a CEO of a company, you are interviewing somebody, and you happen to see a tattoo on his body. Um there are three options. Which one would you choose? You have already decided not to hire him because of the tattoo, but you still interview the candidate. You reject the candidate without an interview. You interview the candidate just like others without paying attention to his tattoo. Which one would it be
So
and why?
I think it would be a little of the third one, because I
Okay.
would also involve interest. I would take interest in tattoo. Like I need to get to know, if I'm hiring for some company, I need to get to know what his thinking is, why he has that tattoo. Like
Okay.
what did he think about when he had that tattoo made? If it is about his family member, or if it is a dragon tattoo, what did he have in mind when he was getting that tattoo made? Does he
Hmm.
have some beliefs that could
You
help the
need to know
company?
that. Yes, correct,
Yes.
correct. Amazing. It actually it depends upon where the culture is, where he is coming from. Yes, as you said, to know the person. It's an amazing answer, and I must applaud you for this answer. That yeah, it shows that you are culturally embracing everybody, and you cannot judge a person by your first appearance, right? Okay, it's not suitable. Amazing, superb. Now, which are the you said in the beginning that you read a lot. So can you remember or can you share with the audience some of the movies or books you can show from your shelf which you read again and again, or something which has inspired you, any podcast, anything which you can bring to our youth so they can read and they can also learn?
Okay, so one podcast I recently heard about, it's a Hindi podcast, of course. I found it
Yes.
on Spotify. So it was something about, I do not actually remember the name, but it is hosted by a famous person called Esas Shana from India. So
Okay.
they speak to their teenage selves, like all of them are grown up. They speak to their teenage selves about everything that used to matter to them as a teenager,
Hmm.
imparting knowledge to us on what we have to do. Like I heard a trailer of her saying that I should not have been very hard on you as a teenager about your beauty. You're beautiful just the way you look. So that is a podcast I follow normally. Like there was one on reading, there was one about how to make friends, how friends mattered back then, peer pressure. So all of that really interested me. Other than that, to improve public speaking, of course, the go-to book, The Art of Public Speaking by Dale Carnegie.
Yes, yes,
Of
Dale
course,
Carnegie.
that is an amazing book.
Yes, that's amazing. What about something you have something a book or something which you can acha, the Dale Carnegie book you said already, that's fine.
Yeah, I
Even if you
read that
don't have it
online,
right now. Uh,
but then I have this book. Think Like a
Ah,
Monk by Jay
Jay
Shetty.
Shetty.
This was an amazing book because this, helped me. The theme of our school this year, we have themes which change every year. The theme
Okay.
is the purpose of life is a life of purpose. And
Okay.
this book actually helped me find my purpose, like what I want to do, why I
Mm,
want to do it.
mm,
As I said before, I want to connect the entire globe through
mm,
MUNs.
mm.
So this book helped me find that out.
Purpose.
So
Yes.
this is of course a good
Ah,
read.
I cannot imagine you are turning 15 tomorrow. Happy birthday in advance. And
Thank you so much.
you are mature beyond your years. And this is what is Gen Z all about. They have clear thought and so much clarity right now. It's amazing to see. Um, I think we have come to the end of our talk show, and it was a pleasure to have you. Would you like to end it with a song? You want to gungana or something? Our favorite song, two
I'm
lines.
I'm not so really good at singing, but I do love songs, of course. So there was one song in Hindi. It said,
Yes.
"कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना." So
Okay.
it basically means that there are people come and go, and they speak tons of stuff. But what you need to focus is on yourself. Just be yourself, because
Yes.
you is you
Ye-
matter.
Yes. Do read the book Hero. Okay.
Of course.
That tells you that you are the hero of your story. That will again motivate you, and you will love it so much because you have already read Dale Carnegie, Jay Shetty. This is another very important from the author of the book Secrets. I don't recollect the name. I'm very bad with names, but do read the book Hero when you get. You will really love it. Thank you so much, Aryan. Any parting words? How was this talk show? How
This
was this chit
this
chat?
talk was just amazing. Also, as you said, I'm very mature. If you talk to my friends, you'll get to know I'm a little kid inside.
No, it's
So,
good to have this kiddish, joyous thing, but
right.
you are very sorted in your mind, and I really hope you go on to achieve your dream. Be connected always, and it was once again a great pleasure to have you.
It
Please
was great.
subscribe to my channel, and all your youth friends who are there, and listeners, please subscribe to our channel and make it big so that we can get more and more people connected and hear them speak. So, ta-da, bye-bye, and see you again. Okay.